Hi, I'm Betsy. I'm glad you all could be here. And thank you for all the other countries that's joining us from all over Asia. So glad that you could be here with me. So before we begin, I'd like to share with you a verse that's so dear to my heart. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not grow weary. They shall walk and not grow faint. Yes, God is the ultimate healer. And praise God that I was able to come here after retirement from the United States Air Force after 40 years of service. I've been retired now for more than 3 years. And since coming here, I wanted to do absolutely nothing. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, it's because I know that there's people that cook, people that clean, people to wash, and people to even wash your butt. Well, maybe not that, but you know what I mean. So anyway, because I did absolutely nothing, I became lazy, I became lethargic, I became fat. I gained 30 pounds and 36 inches. And most of all, I was severely depressed. I remember laying there, looking up at the ceiling fan and saying, "Oh God, just take me. I'm done with this mundane life." And guess what? God heard my prayers. Well, no, not that, because I'm still here. He sent someone to take me to Avita, Philippines, and that's where we met Jeannie Wood. While I was there, she tried to inspire me to take Celagen, and I just didn't want to listen. In fact, I walked out on her, but she was persistent. And praise God, she persisted. It took her 3 times, and finally I gave in. And boy, what a transformation. After 19 months of now being on Celagen, I'm happy to tell you that I've lost 40 pounds and my waistline is down to 28 inches. So thank you, Jeannie. Thank you so much for being persistent for us to take Celagen. You're in a grocery store and someone sneezes on you. Achoo! Gesundheit, or God bless you. Well, anyway, the cold virus gets sucked in your lungs and lands on a cell, on your cell airway lining. Each cell in your body is surrounded by a cell membrane made up of fats and protein that surround and protect the inner components. It's semi-permeable, meaning it lets some things in and out, but blocks what doesn't belong. The virus that was sneezed into your lungs is sneaky, pretending to be a friend. It attaches to a projection on the cell membrane, and the cell brings it through the cell membrane and inside, kind of like a Trojan horse. When the virus gets through, the cell recognizes its mistake. An enemy is inside. Special enzymes arrive at the scene and chop the virus to pieces. They send the pieces back to the cell membrane, where the cells display to warn neighboring cells about the invader. The question now is, when we meet a super virus that can mimic our cells, is the army of antibodies strong enough to defeat and recognize the enemy? We will do whatever it takes.
We owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
We will. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Our cells are like the Avengers. As a team, they fight the enemy within, whatever it takes. Every day of our lives, we eat, drink, and breathe. Why are we doing this? The cells need nutrients, water, and oxygen. The cells make useful substances such as enzymes, hormones, blood, bone, etc., that make up the body. The nucleus has DNA, which provides the instructions, the command center, and proteins provide the antibodies to fight the virus. The energy or mitochondria is needed to power the factory. All the parts have to work together as a team to do whatever it takes to protect the cells. In the cell membrane, we have a protective layer called the cell matrix. Collagen is found between cells to hold all the cells together to form tissues and organs. If our cells are healthy and continue to function properly, all tissues and organs will function properly and we will continue to live healthily. And what happens? Natural aging occurs. We're 30, 45, and 60. But what happens when we don't live healthily? There is a crisis we are facing today. Premature aging happens. You ever imagine or been to where you met a friend for a long time you haven't seen them, and all of a sudden they look like they're 60 when they're 40 years old? Wow, you're probably saying, what the heck is going on? What happened to them? Well, maybe they had cancer or hypertension or diabetes, all these causing our bodies to age faster. Our bodies aging faster than before. But why is this happening? It's called free radicals. Some things in life are free, but I don't think you want this one. From our food, we get food coloring and preservatives. From water, we get pesticides, toxic chemicals. From air, exhaust and fossil fuels. Emotions, stress, and negative feelings. Yes, negative feelings. So be positive. Our environment has changed. Our water is polluted from chemicals. Our air is polluted from factory fumes and car exhaust. Increased radiation. We are exposed daily from our cell phones, Wi-Fi, TV, and many electronic equipment. Look at Japan. Look at the United States going to 5G. And our food, preservatives and food enhancers, MSG. Our bodies are overwhelmed by excessive free radicals or oxidants from environment, diet, and lifestyle. If the free radicals enter the nucleus, it will damage the DNA and mutation will occur, which could lead to cancer or other degenerative diseases. We are exposed to excessive amounts of free radicals every day. There's a war zone going on inside our body. Our cells are damaged by oxidative stress and are able to function properly. It leads to chronic disease. Don't let them lose the battle. Send in the cavalry by removing the free radicals. We arrest the pathway that leads to disease. Most chronic disease can be prevented. More than 10 years ago, we have been warned about the dangers of inflammation. Internal inflammation is the secret killer because we cannot see or feel it immediately. Chronic inflammation leads to chronic disease. In our bone joints, we get arthritis. In the skin, eczema. In our brain, stroke. Our immunity goes down, and our blood vessels, hypertension, and atherosclerosis. Just like me, I had what's called the 3 highs. I had high blood pressure, which is hypertension, high blood sugar, and high cholesterol, and most of all, fatty liver. And before Celagen, I had all these lifestyle diseases. And that's why I couldn't lose the weight. And after 6 months of taking Celigent, I went and got a blood test and found out that everything was normal. And then my fatty liver was gone. And I started to lose the weight drastically. And everything, because as we all know, that the liver processes toxin in and toxins out. And if the liver is not healthy, that's what happens. It can't metabolize. Diabetes is becoming a serious public health burden worldwide. It's one of our lifestyle diseases. 1 in 2 will be diabetic by 2050, and that's so scary. Look at our region, Western Pacific, 138 million, the highest in the world. Did you know that 1 tablespoon of rice is equivalent to 1 tablespoon of white sugar? This is why we are the highest in the world. We're rice eaters. My dad, God bless his soul, he passed away in 2001 due to diabetes complications. He had heart failure. He was only 69. And had I known about cell therapy, perhaps he would have been alive today. So here are the complications of diabetes, major complications of diabetes. And hypertension is number 1, along with heart disease and stroke. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in many countries, along with liver cancer and so much more, all because of chronic inflammation. Complications to atherosclerosis. The severity of the effects of atherosclerosis depends on which artery is affected. So what is that? It's the hardening of the arteries. So look at all the things that it can cause: kidney failure, heart attack, stroke, erectile dysfunction, and yes, artery disease. All cancers are caused by mutation of cancer-causing genes in our healthy cells. So how does this happen? Well, when our cells are damaged or our DNA is damaged, mutation happens. DNA mutation happens. And at the end of this DNA stranding, it's called the oncogene, and we all have this. And when the mutation occurs, it turns that oncogene on, and that's when we get cancer. So cancer does not occur overnight. A cancer might have been diagnosed at 50, but the mutation could have been at the age of 20. The mutation may have been dormant at first, and it's never too early to start prevention now. Men and women both have the equal risk of getting cancer, so it's non-discriminative. Breast cancer for women is leading, along with prostate cancer for men, but both can get lung cancer. Do we know personally someone who has cancer? I have. And had I known about cell therapy, they may be alive today, because cell therapy has been around for a while. It's the secret of the rich and famous. Yes, cell therapy has been around for a while. And here are some of the places, the Swiss clinics, that they go to for cell therapy. There you go. So because it's nothing new, it's been around for a while. So having known the potent effects of cell therapy, how do we define cell therapy in today's world? There are 3 different types of cell therapy: stem cell implantation, which is a medical procedure done by doctors for a specific disease. It's autologous, meaning surgery. Cell therapy by injectables, embraced by the rich and famous. They're usually human or sheep placenta, done in Swiss clinics. Treatments cost $50,000, and it's banned in the United States now. Now we are happy to introduce Celigent, fish DNA cellular complex, a soft gel giving you the same benefits and results from cell therapy in oral form, and only 18,500. Life is a gift. Never take it for granted. Those are the founding principles of Avita's founder and CEO, Ms. Li Xiangying. In 2009, after spending 2 years of R&D, we launched Cellergen, a premium oral cell therapy made of marine DNA. Thanks to her foresight and vision, we're able to provide Cellergen to our family and loved ones. Cellergen is taking the world by storm. The QR code to watch the video is here. You know, because of the bandwidth in different countries, especially here in the Philippines, I have to show it later, and you can see the audios and things like that could happen. So please take a picture and watch it later. Cellergen, the first and only Swiss marine oral cell therapy in the world. What are the benefits? They prevent degenerative ailments, improve immunity, and my favorite, boost vitality and energy level. It has an abundance of antioxidants to fight that oxidative stress, and it increases immunity. The bio-DNA cellular marine complex does immune cells. Peptide E-collagen protects against environmental damage, and hydro-MM peptide reduces the glycemic index by 37%. Lutein for the eyes, grapeseed extract prevents cancer, and CoQ10 sparks energy production. They are synergistically blended together through the cold extraction process. Cellergen seeks out the most degenerative cell in our body and repairs it. And once it's done, it moves on to the next, and to the next, and to the next, and so on, just like it did for me. Once it got done healing the fatty liver, it moved on to address the cholesterol, the high blood pressure, and the blood sugar. Yes, they're all normal today. And that's not something I'm saying. I went and got a actual blood test to prove that I was finally normal, and I could discontinue all my maintenance meds. We have clinical research on the effects of Cellergen. Though Cellergen is a food supplement and not a drug, it's 100% drug-free and carries the BSCG rating. Here are some of the clinical research findings. It does not mean that when you take Cellergen, you will not get cancer, or Cellergen is a cure of cancer. Cellergen may reduce the risk of getting cancer and may delay the progression of cancer to more serious stages. This is why doctors recommend Cellergen. Yes, doctors recommend Cellergen. Dr. Orbeck said, it is not a pharmaceutical, yet it promotes and works on a cellular level to promote regeneration and can slow, if not reverse, the aging process, because the human body can heal itself. Cellergen is nutrients for our cells. We have a few testimonials here with us today to share how Cellergen gave them quality of life. Is Dr. Rhoda here today?
I think she's not in yet. You can share her story. Yeah.
Well, okay. So Dr. Rhoda, I met her last year. And when I met her, she had just told me that she had a problem with her heart valvular problem, along with diabetes, which is a history in her family. Well, to make a long story short, she decided to take Cellergen. And when, I think at the third or fourth month of taking Cellergen, she went to Singapore to participate in a team building. And most of her teammates said, no, you shouldn't participate. She said she wanted to, but she said if she gets tired, she'll stop. So they go and they participate, and guess what? She completed the whole race. and she wasn't even tired because of Celagen. And today, she's feeling so much better. And because she said, if it wasn't for Celagen, I don't think I would be here today either. Because the problem had gotten so bad, she had gotten an operation. And because that she was on Celagen, she had healed so much faster. Our next one is Chong Peng. He's from Singapore, who had multiple knee injuries. CP, please share your story.
Hi, everyone.
Betsy, can you stop the share so that we can see Chong Peng?
Don't need to see me, right?
Okay, hold on. Stand by.
Stand by. Okay. Hi, everyone. Yeah. You saw from the photo, I'm a very active sportsman. And in 2013, I went for my last operation, the number 6 operation on my knee. And there was a meniscus tear, which means my cartilage is totally worn. And after the operation, I was like in pain for 1.5 years. I thought, well, I forgot that I was turning 50. So I thought it was just one of those things. And then that was when I met Alvin. We did our masters in UK together. So he's just a friend, and we met. And he asked me, oh, so what are you going to do about it? I wasn't ready to go on long-term painkiller because I think that could damage my brain in long term. So he said, if there's nothing that's helping you, why don't you try this? And that was the only time I got open to trying something that's actually bought from an MLM. And that was when I was really open to anything, whatever it takes that can help me. And after taking that for about 3 weeks, one day I ran across the road and I noticed, hey, my knee wasn't painful. But of course, I naturally a skeptic. So I got my sister to try. My sister's a doctor, so I got her to try. And 1 year after taking Celagen, because I could start to feel more energy, I didn't have the pain, so I started to train a little bit more. And after a year, I decided to take part in the Spartan race, a 7-kilometer cross-country race with 20 over obstacles, including the last one there that was jumping over the fire. And since then, never looked back. I've gone back to do my judo. It's like I've gone back to my scuba diving. Yeah. And that's a good feeling to be active again. Yep. That's my sharing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Now our next share is Hannah. Hannah's story is truly heartwarming and a miracle from God. More than 1 year ago, he was struck with a hemorrhagic stroke that paralyzed half his body and almost undergone dialysis. But thanks to his spouse, Hannah, for her quick thinking. Well, let's hear her tell her story. Hannah?
Can you share your story about how Raymond was helped by Avita products and especially Celagen?
Yes, I'm very thankful to Avita because of Avita. Raymond was able to survive last year because it happened last year when he suffered from hemorrhagic stroke and half of his right body he cannot move, and according to the doctor also he also have a problem with his kidney, and the creatinine level is going up. So they are asking my permission to go on dialysis, to conduct dialysis for Raymond. But because he is very weak at that time, so I decided not to let him on dialysis. Instead, I seek advice from our doctors from Avita, Dr. Jonah. And Dr. Jonah suggests me that I use the Vital Meridian and Masculine for Raymond. So apply it on the lower part of Raymond and on the half of his body that the affected part of his body. And then lucky that after 2 weeks, the creatinine level goes down. So from 6.2, it goes down to 3.2. So then the time the doctor asked me again, what did I do to Raymond because the creatinine level, they didn't give any medicines for Raymond for that. So when the creatinine level already settled and they don't insist for dialysis already, and when the time that he was discharged from the hospital, I started him on Celergen, and after taking Celergen for 2 months, then I see improvement with Raymond. He can now sit on his own, he can remember our name, and I
Is
continuously
Raymond with
gave
you
him
now?
also the NGF, and now Raymond can stand and walk using his what do you call that? The cane. So that's the improvement. So I'm very thankful to Avita because of that. Raymond were able to cope.
Anyway, while waiting for Betsy,
Yeah.
if you already have some questions, later we will try our best because we have a lot of leaders who are present here right now. They can answer your questions and just write it down here at the chat box. Okay?
Winnie, maybe you can also share with us what brought you into Avita. What was the main benefit of Celergen for you and your
Oh,
family?
the reason why I'm here now in Avita is because of my mom. My mom got very ill in April 2018. They discovered a huge tumor in her stomach, and at that time she was already 90 90 years old, and the doctors wanted to operate on her, but I wasn't really confident for her to undergo a surgery. So that's when I was able to get in touch with Dr. Jonah, and here's our speaker right now. Okay, but let me briefly finish my story about my mom.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Dr. Jonah introduced Celogen to me because she said that it can help the gut. And immediately I gave it to my mom. That was 4 days prior to the surgery. And then she was able to recuperate fast, really fast from that surgery. And even though she went through so many treatments after the surgery, it was Celogen that helped her regain her energy. And now, after a year, when my mom went to the doctor to have her her stomach scanned, they discovered that the tumor is completely gone, and it has not affected any of her organs. And my mom now is 93 years old, very
Wow.
energetic and so full of life. So,
Wonderful.
yeah, that's why I'm very grateful to Solargen.
Thank you
So
so much for sharing. And I see that our speaker is back.
yes,
Yes. Over
is
back to
she?
you. Is she? I thought I
Is
saw
she?
her.
She disappeared again.
She
That's
was
how
saying
bad.
the internet is a little unstable.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's so bad.
In the meantime, maybe we can ask Dr. Angie to share with us her experience. Angie, are you okay to share with us?
Sure.
It's
Okay, good
clear.
afternoon, everyone. Is my voice clear enough?
Yes.
Okay, I was diagnosed with psoriasis more than 25 years now and started to have complications like arthritis in my hands, both hands. And then I also have colitis, like I have 2 to 3 episodes of diarrhea almost every day. During that time, I also experienced difficulty in sleeping, um, lack of energy, and decreased immune system because I'm on immunosuppressants, which decreased my immune system. So I started Celergen in 2018 of November when Dr. Faye Coloma, my friend and colleague, introduced me to it. Initially, I was skeptical, so I researched and checked the website, and I was amazed by the unsurpassed worldwide accreditations backed up by some researches and independent clinical trials. So I initially tried one box of Celergen, and after trying, I felt that the effect was immediate, such that after a few days, I was able to sleep soundly, deep sleep, which I have not had for quite some time
Mm,
without sleeping aid. I also
okay.
noticed that my energy was better or improved, and the stiffness of my arthritis is not is was lessened also. So I share this with my family, to Ronnie and Nathan, because they were also diagnosed with autoimmune disease, and to my friends too. And for me, Celergen gave hope to our family, and we really thank Dr. Fing, Wendy, and the rest of the Avita family, especially to DP Ginny Uy, who has brought Celergen and shared with us here in the Philippines. That's all.
Thank you, Dr. Angie. And psoriasis, as we know, is an autoimmune disease, and we have had so many associates and friends who have benefited from this. So, if you have friends or family, loved ones who have this issue, feel free to talk to any of us, and then we'll be able to advise on how to get started with Saligen. Apparently, the speaker has some problem getting back online. So, since many of you have mentioned, let's hear from Jeannie. Okay, for those who do not know who is Jeannie, Jeannie is the lady who brought Saligen and Avita to the Philippines. And she's also the one that started the office in the Philippines. And let's hear from her if she is online now. Yes, Jeannie, are you online? Yes.
Yes,
Can you
I'm here.
share with us how did it all started? I know the speaker, Betsy, got to know about Saligen from you, and so
Yes, yes.
did many of the rest. And people in the Philippines, thanks to you, get to know about Saligen and also benefit. Share with us more. What makes you brought in this whole brand and the office and all the products?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good evening. It's so nice to see all of you here. Well, I was really attracted with Celergen. I know Celergen is a dynamite product. I used to have an anti-aging clinic before, and that time I'm experiencing, aging. I'm most of the time no energy, and I'm cranky, and managing a clinic is not a joke. So I was so fortunate to have amazing doctors in my clinic, and I always complain to them, what is this I'm feeling? My back pain is terrible, and it's because I have scoliosis, and I always go to my doctor, to relieve my pain, but nothing really helped me at all. And since I'm complaining a lot to my anti-aging doctors, one of my partner doctors recommended Celergen, and when she recommended it, I studied about it, because Celergen, as you all know, guys, is very visible in the internet. And while I'm reading all the benefits of Celergen, I got so excited about it. And one thing for sure, in my for myself, I want to get it, and I immediately wrote a request, and I think my letter went to Singapore, that I'm really interested to get the product. And what happened next is, after a few days, I found myself in Singapore, And amazing thing happened there because I'm able to meet a lot of people, amazing people in Singapore, the wonderful people behind Celergen. I met the founder, and of course, you know, Tengi, I met you there, and you're so amazing. I'm so grateful for all of you for introducing Celergen to me. And coming back to the Philippines, I only had 2 boxes, and believe it or not, I kept it a secret to my patients and my friends. So I've tried it for like 2 weeks, and amazing result happened. I felt energetic. I'm not cranky anymore, and you know, I was able to sleep well, just like Dr. Angie, and I'm not complaining about my pain. And so after that, as I'm able to enjoy the benefits of Celergen, I'm able to share that to all my patients in the clinic and to my friends and family. And amazing result as usual. And because of that, I went back to Singapore and telling them that, hey, I want to bring this product to the Philippines because Celergen is for everybody, especially for my fellow Filipinos. We need it. We want a better life. We want a quality life. So that's why Celergen is now in the Philippines for about 6 years, and 6 amazing years, and top doctors are on it, top professionals are on it, even even um, even ordinary people are on Celergen. And for 6 years of sharing Celergen to all the people that I know, we are helping them, giving them a quality life, a better life. So if you guys, you are interested to know about this Celergen, please, we are just here. And good news is there's an opportunity behind it, and this is open for everyone who are open to improve your life, improve your financial income. This is the business for you. And so this business is for everyone. If you want and if you are willing to have your own business, I think this is it. In this crisis, all we have to do is to find what is the thing that we can do, what we can help other people. And I think health is very important. And I think all of us are scared to get sick. And one thing I can tell you is that Celergen can protect us, especially our immune system, by fixing our inflammation inside our body. And so by sharing this to a lot of people, you can gain an opportunity that you can have your own business. This platform is amazing. Avita platform is been helping a lot of people who are open and willing to share the benefits of Celergen to a lot of people. And I'm so happy about it because the fulfillment that I can get from it, because I'm able to help people, not just the rich people, not just but even ordinary people can enjoy the benefit of the Celergen and the opportunity of having your own business.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you for sharing. Wow, that was nearly covering products, business, opportunity, everything. Yes. And we are glad Betsy is now back. Betsy, are you ready to take back the stage?
Yes, I'm so sorry, guys. The internet here in the Philippines is horrendous. So
welcome back.
Thanks.
I think all the oxidized stress was all on over you.
So all the sharing is done.
Yes, go ahead. Over back to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Finally. Okay, so Nani, one of my favorite sharing is Nani. He is a diabetic who was injecting insulin for 7 years at 70 units a day of insulin. After taking 7 months of Celagen, he decided to go to his doctor to get a checkup. The doctor was astonished and asked him what he was doing because he no longer needed insulin. And so now he leads a normal life, playing golf regularly with no impedance. You know I care about your health when I share Celagen with you. We have problems and needs. There's always a solution, and we have opportunities. Avita is the answer. So right here, I was supposed to introduce Jeannie.
Yeah, we have heard her sharing.
But we've
Wonderful
already-
sharing.
Her
Yes.
wonderful sharing. So she's the person who brought Celagen to the Philippines, a serial entrepreneur, a leader in her own right, and a close friend. So thank you, Jeannie. Thank you for sharing that. Avita has many healthcare products. We hold various presentations on the benefits and uses of our products. In fact, this Saturday, we'll be holding a free e-workshop on the use of herbal essential oils to strengthen our immunity. And I recommend that you sign up because they have a very good team who gives you the uses of how to use your acupressure points. Avita is all over Asia. Singapore is our HQ, our headquarters, and is now in 14 countries where we can do the Avita platform. At any given moment, you have the power to say, this is not how the story is going to end. This is not the end game. Together we will fight back and take control of our health, strengthen our immune system, fight the invisible enemy, COVID-19, whatever it takes. Celagen is the Captain Marvel that wins the war. For they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Thank you very much. I'm Betsy, and I'm so sorry we had all those glitches, but it all worked out. Thank you again for being here with me. Jeannie,
Yeah.
back to you. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Betsy. So to recap, we have heard that Celagen really helps us to boost our immune system, right? And that is what we actually need right now, nowadays, that we are all locked up in our own homes because of COVID-19. But I am here to share also some good news about our products. Betsy, could you kindly show our promos?
Yes.
Chini, we have a question here. Is Celagen available in
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There are questions. Okay, I'm sorry. I missed it.
Is
Is
Celagen
Celagen available
in
in Philippines? Oh, yes, definitely. Celagen has been in the Philippines for 5 years now, and you can actually order from the office. Our office is in Ortigas at Jollibee Plaza, but right now, because of the quarantine, it's temporarily closed. But you may ask a person. For sure, someone has invited you, so maybe you ask the person how to, because we can always assist you in your orders. Is Celagen only for those with chronic issues only, or also for those generally healthy? It is for both. But okay, I would also allow, if there are other leaders who would like to answer them some questions, just let me know. It is not only for people with chronic issues, because Celagen can be taken as to prevent the onset of the chronic diseases. And when you are already there and you have a chronic disease, it can help you also improve and have a better immune system.
Ginny, I have a sharing here to answer the question of, is it only for people with chronic issues only? Okay, basically, what Celogen does is it helps to repair our cells. So generally, for a young person like 25 or and above, they can start taking Celogen already because that's when aging starts. But they may feel they are very healthy. They have no problem, no any sickness or anything. I'd like to share one particular testimony where I have here, let me see, of a young medical doctor, okay, who is only in his late 20s. Okay, where he was initially reluctant to get started with Celogen. He was kind of forced by his mom to get started because she noticed that he was always very tired by the time he finished his work at the hospital. He's working at the National University Hospital, and he used to complain that he often feels tired, and by the time he reached home, he's like knocked out. And the next morning, the mom has to wake him up to go to work. But since starting on Celogen, she noticed that he wakes up himself and get prepared to work, and never hear him complaining about tiredness anymore. And I think at the same time, some of his cohort, his colleagues, are prone to cold, cough, and flu. At this current situation, they are all overworked, working really hard in the front line, and they can't afford to get sick, even down with a cold or a cough. So Celogen gives him that immunity to withstand the tiredness, give him the vitality and the alertness. His mom, who is also a doctor, encouraged him to take, and also the whole family. So this is an example of, even though they are young, they can also still take on Celogen to keep themselves healthy, alert, and also building up the immune system. Thank you, Ginny.
Okay, thank you so much. There's another question here. There are many Swiss-made products. What makes Celogen different?
You're right. Yeah, you're right in the sense that there are many Swiss-made products, which when you hear Switzerland, is of quality, right? But in terms of supplement, we are the first and only marine cell therapy supplement from Switzerland. There are many cell therapy products in the market, but some of them may not be from Switzerland. Some of them may not be from marine source. They may be from other sources. So in that sense, Celogen stands out among others. We are 11 years in the market now, and so far we are still the first and only, and it can be sold back in Switzerland because they have very high standards. They don't just allow any supplements they allow many factories to be set up there to be manufactured, but not everything that's produced there can be sold back in your back to Switzerland. Yeah.
Yes. Great.
Okay.
Are we ready for your specials?
Yep. There are no more questions. So let me share about the promotions. The price that you will see here are in Philippine pesos. We have what we call the new member starter pack. So when you join, 2 boxes is equivalent to 23,800, and that includes already the membership. That is a lot cheaper because when you really buy it in a regular rate, it's equivalent to 37,000 pesos. So that's a big saving, right? Then another one is what we call COVID-19 promo. We have heard from our speaker, Betsy, that Celogen can really boost our immune system. And that is what we actually need now to fight COVID-19 virus. So the company is very generous to give 6 boxes of Celogen for only 76,000 pesos. Such a big saving because it normally costs 111,000 pesos. And this is only available until April 30. Oh no, the Blessings promo, this is equivalent to what we call the SA package. Normally it's a 13 plus 1 box, but this one, and it's 13 boxes with 2 free Celogen boxes for the price of 192,400, and it is offered only until April 30. So if you want to take advantage of this, do so now. Go back to the person who invited you to watch the Zoom meeting, and so you try to place your order immediately. Okay? Are there any other promos? No.
Nope, that's it.
That's it. Okay, thank you so much, Betsy, for a wonderful sharing. Thank you so much also, Tengi, for your very informative inputs. And thank you everyone for joining. And I would like to reiterate the invitation. Please join us on Saturday for the Essentially Meridian Talk, which will discuss about the, our topic on Saturday will be about, what was it again, Betsy?
Oh, Tenji, what was it? Well, where's Suling here? She's the head of this e-workshops.
Oh, okay. It's a talk about the intestinal care.
There you go.
Last week we talked about the lungs, and this time it's the intestinal care. Okay.
Can we ask everyone to turn on their camera so we can take a group picture? Please, everyone, turn on your cameras so we can take a group picture.
Who is taking? Betsy, are you taking?
No, you go ahead.
Cheers.
No, I know. I took a picture.
I'll take a picture.
Both screens?
Yeah, okay. Smile. One more. Smile, everyone. Bikyong. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Chini.
Thank you so much. Hi, Pedro. You're very long here.
Ingat.
Ingat.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Philippine team.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you. Jongpeng.
See you, Chini.
Facebook Live. Sorry.